Hey everybody. So I've been wanting to do this video for a while. Coming from the States, whenever you hear the word China or a Chinese vehicle, the first thing you think is like, oh my god, it's a piece of shit. So I figured I'll make a review. So I bought my wife this car 6 months ago. It's a Geely Atlas. Geely is a Chinese brand that bought out Volvo, by the way. And they don't sell them in the States. They sell them in Russia, in Middle East, China. I don't think they even sell them in Europe. It's mainly for the market that is not Europe, United States. I actually think they sell them in Australia. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure they sell some Chinese cars there. Anyways, let me walk around with the car. Let me show you the around of it, and then let me talk about it. This is a 2019, it's a 2019, and it's got exactly like 65,000 miles on it. And I can tell you the good, the bad, what I think about the Chinese brand, and let's go. Alright, so as you can see, I'm doing a strut job to it. This strut is not good. Let me show you. Yep, so that strut's not good, so I figured I'm going to replace, hey Brucey, I'm going to replace both struts. And I'm going to replace the linkage and the upper bearing on the strut tower. I'm going to replace that also. The strut was like 25 bucks. I'm waiting for the new one. The bearing was like $8, and the linkage was like 6 bucks. I bought it on the Russian Amazon. But this is the car. So this is it's a small size SUV. It's probably the size of a Ford Escape, I would imagine. This one is actually four-wheel drive, push-button four-wheel drive. And I'm going to do a little walk around. Got to have a tow hitch on it. That's what it is. Got a nice little dual exhaust on the back. It's got a backup camera. It's got the Parktronic and all that. And it's all cool. So remember, the car's 5 years old. The engine. This is a 2.4 liter Toyota clone engine. So this is the VVT, the CVVT or whatever. So this is the same engine as goes in the Camry, the 2.4. The transmission is a 6-speed automatic. It's not a robotized or it's not a CVT transmission. Well, the dog is chasing somebody. Dude, where'd you go? Anyways, sorry. As you can see, that's what the engine compartment looks like. They also make them 1.8 turbo. I'm not sure whose the engine clone is that from, but this is the Toyota. I can pop the cover. Show it to you. There we go. Very basic. Very simple. It's got a timing chain on it. It's got the air the intake manifold right there, exhaust manifold here, radiator. It's very basic. It's got plenty of space to work on, so I can stick my hand here, I can replace it, I can take the head off probably in like 2 hours on this engine. It's very simple. It's a good design, simple design. I like that. Also, the front, everything is bolt on, so you can take the whole front end off if you get an accident and replace it. The price. So the 2024. The early months of the 2024 of this year, it still looks like that. The 2024 late months has got the new body style on it, so the next generation. Brand new, this car is brand new. It's $22,000 in Russia. That's what it costs, brand new with a 5-year warranty, and that's a pretty good price. I'll be honest with you. We paid for this one. Like $12,000. It had 50,000 miles on it. We put about 15,000 miles on it in the past 6 months. We've been just driving a lot of stuff going on, and so far it's been pretty good. Let me show you the interior. So it's got dual power seats, and this is not the top of the line version of the car. This is the medium line. The top of the line is the turbo 1.8 liter engine. This one's 150, 160 horsepower. The other one's like 190. As you can see, this is not plastic. This is soft. This is plastic. This is soft plastic. This is soft plastic. I can press on it. It's got a little fake stitching on it. It's got a TV navigation system. It's got sport mode, eco mode, downhill mode if you're towing mode, and you got the four-wheel drive lock mode. So it drives with a front-wheel drive, but whenever it starts slipping, it connects the four-wheel drive, or if you press the button, it connects the four-wheel drive all the time. And it's quite spacious. I had friends that are pretty tall, 6 feet tall, riding it, and they were quite surprised how much space there is. Here's the back seats, and they fold down flat, so you can carry a bunch of stuff with you in the car, even though it's not that big, but it can actually fit a lot of luggage if you're traveling. And you got the key, just got a basic key like this. This one doesn't have a remote start. It's got lock unlock in the trunk. It's got a nice display over here. It's all digital, and it's got this display here. Oh, it's not coming. Yeah, there we go. It's coming on. And the classic buttons for your AC, heated seats, and all that. Also, it's got a nice control on the steering wheel. It's got the volume. It's got the computer here. It's letting me know that the door is open. It's letting me know that one of the tires is low. It's the tire sensor, and it's got good little menu on it. I mean, you can change a lot of stuff with it. You can see, and same here. It's got full size. Camera. It's got full size menu here. It's got radio, video, all that. It's got your car, vehicle information. So it's quite nice. It's not as quick as the American menu, but it's pretty good. Compared to, like, 10 years ago China cars that were really garbage. It's got leather seats, and not too bad. I mean, it's got little creases here from me riding a little bit sideways and getting out of here, but that's minor stuff. Other than that, the seats, the interior is in great shape. No sunroof, like I said. This is not top of the line car. Let me show you the back seats. As you can see, this seat is all the way back, and I can still get in here. Sorry, I'm naked. Not naked, I'm in my shorts. I still got a little bit of space here left. I'm 5'8". Yeah, 5'8", I think, or 5'9". Don't remember. So as you can see, I'm a grown man and I can fit in the back, even if somebody's really big riding in the front. And the really cool part is about this car, look, if I want to move the seat, I can just move it here. Chinese people, man, they really, they think of things. So let's say if you have a kid in the back, you got a kid riding in the back, you don't have to reach over the passenger seat to move it. You can just move it from right over here. So this is a really cool option that they have. Also, it's got a little cup holder right here, and the premium package has heated seats in the back. This one don't have it, and it's fine. We don't really need heated seats in the back. Let me show you the trunk space. Well, just basic, like I said, same size as a Ford Escape, I think. And the seats, you can just push the seats back, push them down, and there you go. You can fit a lot of stuff in the back. Got my little fishing rod. We don't need that now. But it's got a spare tire underneath it. And some storage space for crap that you might carry with you but you don't ever use. And the full package has a button for the trunk. This one doesn't have it. Now I'm not gonna make a video about driving it and all that, but I'll tell you my experience. And I drove a lot of cars in life. I used to own a little dealership in North Carolina. I've been around cars my whole life. It drives good. It's very underpowered compared to like a V6 or any bigger engines. It's quite underpowered. It's a 2.4. but it's got good handling. You can take tight corners with it and not be afraid that it's gonna wiggle or wobble on you. It can take corners quite nicely. When you put in sport mode, what it does is shifts the transmission from a 6-speed automatic to a 5-speed automatic in sport mode, and it gains you like 0 to 60. It gains you maybe like 1 second because of the computer. It just redoes the transmission thing, and the RPMs go a little further than on the eco mode. Parts are cheap. Let's say to rebuild a transmission for this thing in Russia, I can bring it in $1,000. That's labor, parts, everything. $1,000 to rebuild the transmission. That is not bad at all. I haven't priced the engines to do like an engine job, but I would imagine from the parts that I've been buying, like let's say spark plugs, I bought Chinese spark plugs for it. I paid $5 for 4 spark plugs on the Russian Amazon. That's really cheap. What else did I have changed? One coil, I think. No, yeah, I think I changed one coil. That was also like $10 for a coil. That's quite cheap. This suspension, I'm doing all this suspension that I told you a couple minutes ago. Yeah, the whole thing came out to like for both sides, it came up to like $70. I mean, that is not bad at all. Minus is about the car. It's underpowered. If you go more than 140 kilometers, if you're going more than 90 miles an hour, and it's quite scary. It really is. And I've drove a lot of cars. I don't drive more than 90 miles an hour on the highway with it. I just don't, because I feel scared. I do. Like, I can take my Ford Explorer and I can go 100 miles an hour and I'm fine. I don't care. I put cruise control and I go. This thing, I go about 80, 70, 80 miles an hour. That's it. I don't go faster. I just don't feel, I don't feel it. I guess there's some type of way. Just don't feel the car. It rusts. Yes, the car is 5 years old and it's already got some rust places. Let me show you what I mean. So it's got rust spots right here. Right there. It's got some rust spots right here. Same thing on this side. The bottom is fine, but it's got a few spots on the body, on the roof, like this random spot right here that I just don't know what it's from. I can show you here. I mean, here, nothing crazy, no major rust. That's the transmission. All the bolts are fine, except for the disc brakes. The discs itself, it's rusted up, and I don't get it why. Like, part of the metal they use, like this good metal, this shitty metal. And let me show you the owner of the car too, since we're talking about the car. So it's got a nice little skid plate over here with the Geely name, and that's pretty much what it looks like. Also, the shield for the fuel tank, that's rusted out, but that's just a thin piece of metal. So give it about another 5 years, and probably you're gonna have some rust spots on the bottom of the doors and some other places. So will this car last 15 years? I don't think so. The key factor is I live in St. Petersburg, so this car is St. Petersburg. That's like New York weather, I guess, only worse, because we get 6 months of snow and then we have 3-4 months of summer and one month of spring and fall. But they put a lot of salt on the roads here, a lot of salt, and everything rusts. Just about everything rusts. But of course, it all depends. Like, some cars don't rust that fast. This car's 5 years old and it's already got some issues in places that it shouldn't have issues. Like on the top, like those places right here that I showed on top there, there shouldn't be no rust there. On the bottom, yeah, sure, not on the top here. And that's fine. I mean, those cars are not made to last 20, 30 years. I don't think any new cars are made to last 20, 30 years, just like back in the day. I mean, my F-250, 1998, I bet you it's still running. I bet you they still haul stuff with it. So anyways, this is my little review of this car. I figure I'll make a video since I know that there's not much Chinese stuff in the States. But slowly China is coming to the States. I already noticed they have CF Moto 4-wheelers in the States. You know CF Moto. Yeah, they're making a big thing out of them, like they're so good. They're pieces of shit. You cannot compare a CF Moto to a Polaris. I'm sorry. Polaris is way better, way quicker, way easier to work on than a CF Moto. But China's doing good. In the past 10 years, they jumped over a few levels, I swear. Because if you take any Geely from 10 years ago, man, that's a piece of shit. Compared to this one, it's like they jumped 2 levels. Like, you remember the Hoopty cars from the 90s? It was like weird looking, got kind of cool. And then it took like a couple generations for them to become cool, like the Kia. Kia was crap in the 90s. In the 2000s, it was still crap. Then at the end of 2000s, Kia became to be quite good. Now Kia is very good. Same with Hyundai, same thing. No, this brand Geely, they just jumped 2 levels and they made this great cheap car. So for $22,000, or like I paid $12,000, I think that's a good bargain, especially for living outside of the city. And you know, it's cheap. Suspension is cheap. My road is shit, but I can fix it easily without any other special tools or waiting, 1 month for parts from America to get here. I just get online, order all the parts, and fix it. So it is what it is. Well, thank you for watching the video. Remember, I don't care if you subscribe. But thanks for watching. Peace.